Hello students of class 10th, how are you? I hope you all are fit and fine and must be preparing for your revision test. So since last video we have been revising the syllabus of revision test 1. In my last video I discussed chapter 1 and 2 of first flight, chapter 1 and 2 of first flight, a letter to God, and a long Nelson Mandela long walk for freedom, long walk to freedom, sorry. Okay, so let us continue. We will be continuing with the same in this video also. In this video now we are going to discuss these two poems, Dust of Snow, Fire and Ice, written by Robert Frost, and Formal Letters, as they are these chapters are the part of your revision test 1. Okay dear students, so let us begin. So what types of questions might come in your board examination? As you have already gone through the sample paper, you must have solved it, and answers also will be discussed in online classes for the same. Fire and Ice, line by line explanation, already 2 times it has been done. So dear students, if you haven't watched those videos, so please watch those videos in which the poems, these two poems have been explained line by line. Poem Fire and Ice, Type 1 Comprehension, Passes. Read the extract given below and answer the questions that follow. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. But what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. Questions. The extracts has been taken from the poem we all know. Dash has written this poem. It is very easy question. In poet's opinion, the world, it should be here, the world, it is missing here. Okay, the world will end in. The rhyme scheme of the extract is, it should be extract. Once again, spelling mistake. Okay. It should be extract here. Okay. Answers also have been given to this stanza. Okay. After this, that questions for practice, passages for practice unsolved has been given. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of it to say that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice. What does it refer to here? What does ice stand for? Why does the poet think it is destructive? How will the word end twice? Now type 2 short answer questions in 30 to 40 words each. Solved questions we are going to go through first. What are the two different views prevailing in the mankind regarding the inevitable end of the world? So that we have gone through the poem very well. You all must be familiar with the answer. You must be knowing the answer. The two different views about the end of the world are: the world will end in fire, that is because of people's greed Another reason could be increasing heat. So that is the second view says that the world can also end in ice. So that is hatred among people or due to environmental changes. Now questions for practice. What do fire and ice stand for according to the Frost? How was the poet brought out the contrasting ideas in the poem? What is the central idea of the poem Fire and Ice? Okay. So please go through those videos in which I have explained the poem line by line. Okay. And also poetic devices, each and everything have been discussed in those videos. So please go through. So I have made videos on the same 2 times. So please go through them. Poetry, Dust of Snow. Type 1, comprehension passage. Read the extract given below and answer the questions that follow. Passage 1 is solved once again. Then you will get questions for practice. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. So the poet was sitting under a, yes, very easy question. Snow represents, you all know, crow represents, hemlock tree is a, yes, so these are very important question. Answers also here given. Now passages for practice. Has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of the day I had rued. What had changed the poet's mood? And what was the change in poet's mood? So question is repeated here. What message does the poet convey? Explain the line and saved some part of a day. Now type 2 questions. Short answer questions, 2 marks each, 30 to 40 words. What changes does poet's mood? This is solved one. When a crow sitting on the branch of a hemlock tree shakes the branch, the dust of snow falls on the poet. The poet who has been in a sad mood is startled and his mood changes. Now, unsolved questions for practice. What do a crow, hemlock tree, and dust of snow symbolize? How has the poet observed nature of the poem Dust of Snow? What does Robert Frost want to convey through the poem Dust of Snow? Did the snow change the speaker's mood for the better or worse? Support your answer with example from the text. So dear students, so this way we have discussed. Let me once again show you what we discussed as of now. We have discussed all the chapters which will be coming in revision test 1. Okay, we have discussed main points of the chapter. and solved question answers. Then here questions also have been given for practice. But dear students, you must read the whole chapter on your own, and you can also watch the videos in which line by line explanation has been done. Okay, if you want to revise your chapter in a proper manner, then read your chapter first. If any confusion, any doubt, so go through those videos. You can also ask me in online classes. Okay, so during this revision I have also posted a sample question paper of English which a few of you have solved. So we have discussed chapter 1, a letter to God, which is the part of your RT1 revision test 1. In paper 1 questions will be asked. Then we discussed chapter 2, Nelson Mandela, a long walk to freedom. Okay, so I have also shared this supporting material with you so that we can revise through it. Next, dear students, we discussed 2 poems just now. Now we are going to discuss chapter 1 of your footprints without feet, that is a triumph of surgery, and line by line explanation I have once again done a few days ago, so please watch those videos also. Okay, and read the chapters. Only a few months are left in your board examination. Okay, dear students, so you need to be very attentive for the same. Let me open the chapter 1, triumph of surgery. Sorry. And questions which are given in the supporting material, they are also important. And in revision, in your revision notebook, whatever revision you are doing, do in your revision notebook and keep sending whatever you are practicing on my mail. Okay, so utilize these 4 months if you want to score better. Lesson 1 in your Footprints Without Feet, A Triumph of Surgery by James Herriot. Characters and key points. So first character, there are 2 main characters of this story. Mr. Herriot, the veterinary doctor, the vet. Mrs. Pumphrey, the rich lady. Mr. Herriot, James Herriot, the vet, veterinary doctor, concerned about Tricky's health, warns his mistress, Mrs. Pumphrey, to cut short his diet and add to exercise, but doubts that the lady would heed the expect. He thus, Dr. Herriot, he expect a call soon. Makes all preparation for his treatment. Bring the dog to his surgery, that is hospital. Keeps the dog on water only and allows him to struggle for food and fun. Meanwhile enjoys the rich diet of eggs and liquor meant for Tricky with friends. Happy to see the dog jostling for food. A drooping dog was now agile and dead. Thus, a surgery wins over vanity and pampering. Now, Mrs. Pumphrey, what type of lady she is in this chapter? She is a rich lady full of vanity. Vanity means all you know, show off. Fond of feeding the dog even at the cost of his health. Doesn't believe in giving any trouble to her pet. Passionate, can't imagine to live without her dog. Anxiously hovered in the background, ringing a dozen times a day for the latest bulletins. Pompous, convalescing, sends fresh eggs, 2 dozen at a time, to build up Tricky's strength. Crazy, as the vet informed, recovery within minutes, drew outside the surgery. Emotional, tears shone in her eyes, her lips trembled. Thankful, oh Mr. Heriot, she cried, how can ever thank you. Okay, so these are the some main points of the chapter. Character sketch of 2 characters. Now let us go through the types of questions which come in your examination. Comprehension passages. Read the extract carefully and answer the questions that follow. Question number 1. I tried to sound severe. Now I really mean this. If you don't cut his foot right now and give him more exercise, he is going to be really ill. You must harden your heart and keep him on a very strict diet. The speaker tried to sound severe because you know the reason. For whom was the advice given? Find the word in the extract which is a synonym of the word serious. Answers also, the antonym of harden is. Answers also given here. It is solved passage. Then you will get passage for practice here. Question number 2. As I moved off, Mrs. Pumphrey, with a despairing cry, threw an armful of the little coats through the window. I asked in the mirror before I turned the corner of the drive. Everybody was in tears. The speaker going to with Tricky. Everybody was in tears because, so find the word in the extract which is an antonym of the word cheerful. Options also have been given as it is also a solved comprehension. Question number 3. Poor old lad, I said, You haven't a kick in you, but I think I know cure for you. The speaker says, Tricky, as poor old lad, because the speaker knows the cure of Tricky's illness is what was the cure? The meaning of a kick in the extract is synonym of cure. So it is also solved passage. Now short answer type question. If you will go through the solved answers, they will give you an idea how to write the answers. What made James Herriot expect a call from Mrs. Pumphrey? James Herriot James Herriot's encounter with Mrs. Pumphrey and Tricky made him expect a call for help. He was sure that the extra diet and no physical activity would soon put Tricky's health in danger. And just as anticipated, Mrs. Pumphrey called the vet a few days afterwards. What extra did Mrs. Pumphrey start to give Tricky and why? Mrs. Pumphrey thought that Tricky was suffering from malnutrition as he was weak and listless. So she started to give him extra snacks like cod liver oil and malt between the main meals and Horlicks after dinner to make him stronger. She also continued his cream cakes and chocolates. What made Mrs. Pumphrey call the vet? Tricky's condition made Mrs. Pumphrey call the vet for help. Tricky had become fat and lazy. He just used to lie on his rug and pant. He also refused to eat food. Even his favorite dishes. His bouts of vomiting added to Mrs. Pumphrey's worry. This is why she called James Herriot. How can you say that it was hard for Mrs. Pumphrey to part with the doting pet? Now this question is for practice. Now long answer type questions. Dr. James Herriot was a competent veterinary surgeon. His practical approach with common sense helped in a rapid recovery of Tricky. Comment or give a character sketch of James Herriot. So dear students, we have just gone through the important points. What is during discussing about Mrs. Pumphrey and Mr. Herriot's character sketch in the beginning. So those points you will have to develop in paragraph. Mr. James Herriot, no doubt, was a competent veterinary surgeon. He was really worried about Tricky. He understood that the real fault of the dog was his greed for food. He never refused food. The dog had become hugely fat and listless. Dr. Herriot instructed Mrs. Pumphrey to keep Tricky was on a very strict diet. He also asked her to give him a lot of exercises. Dr. Herriot also suggested to cut down sweets to him. He advised her that Tricky must be hospitalized for a fortnight under his observation. Dr. James Heriot was practical and pragmatic. He did not give any medical treatment to the dog. The dog was not given food, any food, but lots of water. His method worked. Tricky's recovery was surprisingly rapid. Tricky was transformed into a flexible and hard muscle dog. He was not only out of danger, but was soon handed over to his mistress. The grateful mistress thanked Dr. Heriot and called his feet. His treat should be there. It is here misprinting. Okay. A triumph of surgery. Dr. Heriot was clever enough to enjoy the best of both the worlds. He was tempted to keep Tricky on as a permanent guest. It was happy period for Dr. Heriot and his friends. He enjoyed eggs for breakfast and here wine should be there. It's also again spelling mistake, misprinting, and brandy for lunch. So dear students, while going through a long answer, so we revise the whole chapter. You need not copy it. It is just an idea how to write, how to answer the question. Go through the answer and then rewrite it in your own words. Second question. Why did Mrs. Pumphrey, the mistress of Tricky, make a frantic call to the noted veterinary surgeon Dr. James Heriot? How did Dr. James Heriot succeed in curing Tricky? So Mrs. Pumphrey, the mistress of Tricky, was an overindulged lady. She pampered and even spoiled her pet dog. Dr. Heriot instructed her to keep Tricky on a very strict diet and give him a lot of exercises. She ignored him. It was very difficult for her to deny Tricky sweets, cakes and chocolates. She gave a frantic call to Dr. James Heriot only when Tricky's condition worsened. Tricky lost his appetite and started vomiting. Dr. Heriot advised that the dog be hospitalized under his observation for a fortnight. It was difficult for Mrs. Pumphrey to accept it, but she accepted it only to save Tricky's life. Dr. James Heriot knew that Tricky's only fault was his greed for food. He did not give him medical treatment. He did not give Tricky food but a lot of water for a few days. His method worked. Within a few days, Tricky was out of danger. His recovery was rather rapid. He started taking interest in his surroundings. His appetite came back and he ran along with other dogs in the garden. Dr. Heriot Dr. Heriot informed Mrs. Pumphrey that Tricky was completely cured and she could collect him. The grateful mistress thanked the doctor and called his feast a triumph of surgery. So now dear students, here one question for your practice. Okay, why did Dr. James Heriot say that he was tempted to keep Tricky on as a permanent guest? Give a reason, give a reasoned answer. So you have to answer to this question. You have to give a reasoned answer. So thank you students for watching this video. In my next video, I will revise the remaining chapters, the remaining syllabus of revision test 1. Thank you students. See you tomorrow.